I believe that the way that we form beliefs is that it is through our life experiences. And therefore, different people have had different experiences in their life. And so each one of us have our own perspective on different things, even though we can basically believe the same things, we come about it in a little bit different ways. And then therefore they differ a little bit. And I believe another thing that's a real big influence on our beliefs is like um, the best pastor I've ever seen was Pastor Jack. And he used to all the time say that we have a bad dog inside of us and a good dog inside of us. Never which one that we feed the most is the one that is going to prevail the most. And I believe that spiritually too. But I think it goes deeper than that. I think that once we form a belief, sometimes it's in your mind and you kind of tend that it's this belief and but you're subject to change in it and stuff. But after it once gets formed and cemented in your mind, and that's done usually through repetitive hearing the same thing about that belief or having experiences to reconfirm it. You'll pick up any experience to reconfirm it once it's a belief. And then once it's a real belief, it is stuck in your mind, and your mind can only take in so much information. It gets information from your nose from smelling things, from your ears of hearing things, from your eyes of seeing things, and nobody can concentrate on anything for any length of time because your thoughts are continually being sucked away with some other stimuli that's coming into you. Um, so as a result of that, it has to react in some way. And the natural way that your mind reacts is if you have a belief, it takes the shortcut, and anything that comes in that challenges that belief is automatically dismissed because it don't fit into your belief. And this is just natural. And anyway, that the only way that you can change a deep-seated belief is through actually just really discipline and looking at things and looking at everything in a different perspective. In other words, the way different, kind of like you hear somebody arguing or something like that, and they're telling you one story, and the other person that if it's a man and wife or something, and the guys that are with a husband, they're hearing a completely different story than what the women that are were the women hearing. And unless you know the both sides of both things, you can't really come up with knowing exactly what the truth of it is. And I believe that's the way that our beliefs are. So you have to. There's actually um, this been studied a lot, and there's actually a lot of techniques that they talk about to be able to change them. I was lucky enough, for one thing, this to it was in a transition between when Chevron took over Texaco, and they had a bunch of seminars for the people that belong that was Texaco employees. When Chevron took over, well, they had all these workshops down at one of the, I don't know, one of the big hotels and stuff. And I was lucky enough because I was um, in real good in positions and stuff where I worked with a lot of the managers and everything, to where they said that I could go to any of them that I wanted to. Well, the only one that I went to was a deal where they talked about change, and I won't go through the whole thing; it's way too long. But what it amounts to, at the change is hard, any type of change. But anyway, they went through a deal to how you change, how you go about trying to make change. They said the older you are, the harder it is to change. And anyway, I took that to heart, and I'd already been evaluating my life for a long time anyway. But the thing of it is that there is a system that I am gonna go through it. But basically, it's about just stopping and not rejecting something that you hear that's against your belief just because it's against your belief. And anyway, I just that's all that I wanted to say, because I wanted to say that that kind of the big thing of it is too. A lot of it is the experiences that you got when you was growing up and as you became adults is what formed these beliefs.